Yes, sir. We back on Paradise High Club. And we're gonna do this one alone. I guess this will be like a part two to my introduction. We're gonna talk about my art style. We're gonna talk about a day in the life of myself. We're gonna talk about WWE and how I got into it, type shit. To start off, let's just start with the art style itself, right? I've been drawing. I've been drawing for since I was about 7 years old. My dad used to have these big old notepads. He used to have these big old like yellow notepads, and I used to just grab them and just start drawing like on each page until the book was filled. That was technically my first black book, and I didn't take it, whatever. Like all kids, we're all just gonna draw and stick figures and all these little things. I didn't take it too serious until like some people were like telling me like, oh, like keep drawing, keep drawing, keep drawing. And then this one time I used the book. I went to church one day. This is when I used to go to church with my parents. So I take the notepad. I started drawing what I see at this point. So they have a big old Jesus, on the cross right behind where the pastor speaks and all that. I started drawing this man. I started drawing the cuts on his hand. I started going ham into this shit. I'm nice at it or whatever. And I remember finishing the drawing, at my house at this point, and my brother's friends were there, and shout out Guedo because I think this one really stuck with me because I still remember this shit. I remember he was saying like, "Damn, that's crazy! Like you that drew that? Like, nah, you didn't draw that. Like you traced that or something. Like it was that good. Like it was that impressive for somebody at that age. And from there, I just kind of like kept going into it. Shout out to my brother too, cause he inspired me with him doing graffiti, and I really liked that culture and stuff. So I started getting into that all through middle school and high school. I used to just pretty much doodle, make characters, graffiti, just that was pretty much my style, and it still technically is. I still graffiti, I still draw. It's part of my style of art. And as I got older, I decided like kind of tap in with some artists, cause I'm still learning, till this day. I ended up downloading Pinterest and just kind of like would just look through there. Just it would help me to kind of look through like this type of style and art that I like. And I found this one guy, Terry Urban, and I became a huge fan of him. I found him on Pinterest, and it was a TikTok video, so I went on TikTok, found him there, followed him. I'd be like in all his videos. I'd be watching all his stuff. A lot of my inspiration comes from him. So the way he likes to make art, he kind of makes like a pop art, but like it's just incredible. Like it's just words do not explain this. Like it's like a collage of pop art and stencil work and like writing, and he just does everything on his canvas. And I think he inspired a big part of my generation, because I see a lot of different artists with the similar style, and a lot of them end up tagging Terry Urban and things like that. I wanted to get into painting, and he kind of like helped me get into my painting style, and I'm still kind of looking for my style. So I don't have a specific style, but Terry Urban is a big inspiration to me. As far as artists, I'm an artist in many different ways. I also like to customize clothes. I like to get in like fashion stuff. I just got a sewing machine, so I've been trying to get myself to do a couple projects of my own and all that. So it's a Mexican blanket, and then I pretty much made it into. I was trying to make it into a light shirt, but I pretty much made it into like a cardigan kind of. It's not even finished yet. Like I said, I suck at finishing things up. But yeah, I'm trying to get back into my art style, and I mean my customization and fashion stuff. I customized a couple of jackets and sneakers and things of that nature. I made a couple pants. I've sold a lot of my clothes and custom clothes and things like that. I haven't been doing music in quite some time, but I still consider myself an artist in that kind. Um, I started off with like doing hip hop and rap. When I first started off, I started in like high school, as everyone else. I was kind of more influenced with the hip hop stuff, but the age group I'm in and like that era, it was a whole bunch of like the mumble rap. That was like the new thing. And and shout out to Young X God. He put me on to basically like rapping. Like he was getting serious in it, and I like that. One of my close like best friends. I ended up saying like, yo, let me help you out. Like let's work on stuff. Like I've always been a big fan of music. I just never put my foot into it. But now that I got someone close who can trust me and I can trust him, like, let's work. So we went together, like I said, this was high school days before we even had like a job or whatever. We were hustling to get our money and we ended up going to buy some expensive mic and like it was like $150, And I looked into like videos of what's the best kind of thing I could use. I had a Windows HP, so I didn't have GarageBand. I ended up downloading a service called Audacity, and from there we just learned on ourselves. I never looked up videos on how to do anything. We just kind of just learned on ourselves, and our first couple of years were, everybody was gonna clown us and all that, whatever. We were gonna get hate regardless of. We just continued to go because we genuinely liked it. We didn't care. I mean, I didn't care too much of like people's opinions. I was just trying to I just wanted to do what feels good to me. So as I was kind of like wanting to start, I was trying to do like the hip hop type thing, but not everyone was feeling it. So in that age, I was very I did care a lot about opinions and things like that, and I was very judgmental with the type of style and music and things like that. How it changed it and how it changed and everything, and now I had to adapt to like this mumble type style music, and I feel like that's what kind of messed me up. Like I felt like if I would have took my time and stick with what I was going for, I would have found my style already and this and that. But because I decided to switch, because of how the music and times were and all that, and I don't know why I was worrying so much about like the sound that everybody wants to hear. I generally didn't care. I generally just wanted to make music. So that's when I started telling myself, like, yo, I'm just gonna start doing what I like, what type of music I like, and whatever. So fast forward to like 2019, I link up with a friend, shout out Wilbur, and he kind of got me back into music because by then I had already had like a year off, and I just kind of didn't want to get back into it. He was like forcing me to get back into it, and he genuinely liked it. He genuinely liked what I was doing, and for that, like I got much respect and much love for him. Because he pushes people to their drive. He's if he sees the spark in you, like he's not gonna just push you to just be a good person, but he genuinely like pushed me. Like he had me writing and stuff. He was sending me music. He was going crazy with the music as well. Cause meeting Wilbur, he was working on Art Speaks, and I wasn't really doing anything at that moment. But he got me back into music, and throughout that whole experience, we were able to create a Heart of a Demon, and make sure y'all go check that out. Link in the description, and you can see the different styles and of music that we have. It's not even just rap. Some people like didn't want to go listen to it because they just thought it was just another Westbury rapper, but it wasn't even just rap. Like it was just a whole bunch of like different type of mixes and styles, and there was hip hop and there was rap and there was like I still don't even know how to freaking like what kind of genres these are because it wasn't even my style of music in that time. But like I said, meeting Wilbur, like he opened me up into wanting to just switch the styles up and all that. But through the process of making that album, I did get like heated, and I didn't want to get into music anymore. Like he like making the project like kind of like burned me out, and like I just lost a spark for it. I took a little break, then something found the spark in me uh when I moved upstate to Albany. So I started doing music kind of like low key and just to myself really. I haven't released anything. But I recorded like 4 or 5 different songs just to kind of like find my style. Like I still kind of want to work on myself, like but I also take into account in that I don't want to go and just release music anymore. Like I don't care if I'm not putting it on all platforms. I'm just over here pretty much working, finding my style. It's just everything that I do or want to do is just for myself. Like I have no problem like sharing it around and all that. But everything I do is for myself, at the end of the day. So I want to learn how to make clothes by scratch. I want to uh perfect my quality in music. I want to perfect my production when it comes to film, you know. As well as this podcast, I want to I'm starting off and everything's raw right now in the beginning, and you know, I like it. I love recording. Even if I'm speaking to myself, I feel like it helps me mentally. It is what it is. People do listen to it, people don't listen to it. like I said, it is what it is. I'm doing everything for myself. I'm not worried about, you know, who's next, or I'm not worried about any of that. You know, I am open to taking anybody who wants to be on the podcast though, because this shit is fun. Let's just have a free talk. Let's just light up a couple L's and just have a free talk. You know what I mean? That's generally what I do. We just gonna talk shit. We just gonna have fun with it. Question of the day. So the question of the day is, why do you watch the Super Bowl? The main reason I watch is the commercials. Yeah, I'm gonna just be honest. The commercials are goaded. The commercials are funny. You never know what's coming up. The movie trailers are insane, and then I watch it for the halftime, depending who's performing. But I feel like everyone kind of just tunes into the halftime show. Rihanna's performing this year. In the beginning, I questioned myself, like, what songs is she gonna sing? She gonna sing some sad songs, you know what I mean? She gonna have us crying and shit. Like, Super Bowl is kind of like a party, you know what I mean? Then I started thinking to myself, yo, Rihanna got party hits as well. Don't sleep on her. She can get you in your feelings, and she can have you feeling motivated. She can have you partying. Shorty got different types of songs, for the feels. Is she gonna bring anybody out? Do I think she gonna bring anybody out? Everybody keeps saying ASAP Rocky, but I'm not gonna lie, I find that pointless. They have no music together. What is she gonna come out? What is he gonna come out performing? You know? Drake, nah, I don't think he's gonna come out. I don't think Drake will come out just because of the problems between ASAP Rocky, Rihanna, and them. Uh, who knows? We might see some women. Maybe maybe Nicki Minaj. She got a couple songs with her. Will we see Jay Z? Will we see Kanye? You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? But shit, that's why we watch. That's why I feel like we all watch it for the fucking halftime show. So we gonna get into a day in the life of Pedro. So I'm just gonna pretty much tell you my boring life, basically. You know what? We gonna go in detail. We gonna go in detail because fuck it, why not? I wake up around 7 a.m. every day to get ready to go